So in your Instagram bio, right, it says, be salt in a tasteless world. Now, I'm familiar with Matthew 5, um, and that states, I'm going to read it. I'm reading from the Passion Translation. That's kind of, it's not my favorite one, but it's just very easy to, understand it. So it says, your lives are like salt among the people. But if you, like salt, become bland, how can your saltiness be restored? Flavorless salt is good for nothing and will be thrown out and trampled on by others. That is again from Matthew 5 and 13. So my question to you is, what are you doing to be the salt of the world? And how can we do better as young Christians?
That's a good question. Two good questions, particularly for me. What am I doing? I I've been seeking God like the way that He wants to be found, the way that He wants to be sought after. So it's like, and I liken it like to a relationship, like between a male and a female. It's like when you're courting somebody, you're in this relationship, you might want to do certain things for them, but they might not value the things that you do. That it might not be what really piques their interest or gets their heart. So it's like I treat God like that because it's like everybody is made in His image, but nobody's the same. So it's like I need to look at what's my true worship. And so particularly for the past few years, I've been resting in who He wants me to be and where He wants me to be at. So like for instance, the Gospel Music Cafe. Um, ended up finding that because a couple friends held a relationship kind of forum there. And I intentionally showed up at the end because I wasn't trying to deal with no relationships and then, but I wanted to help them, like unpack and to get everything packed up and get out. And then I ended up meeting uh, the owner, Miss Lonnie, at the Gospel Music Cafe. And then as I was just listening to her and I heard her heart, and then I was talking to my friends, it was on my heart to let her know, whatever you need, I'll be here, to help. And she said I need a host because she's gonna start doing the open mic. And so that was like into 2021, and she started it December, but in December I was out of town, but then in January I ended up serving there. And so that's one thing, like dealing with being salt, because salt in the time and the reference that Jesus was using it was the epitome of anything that you wanted. It was the currency. It was what you put on your food. Or like when they got married, they would mix the salt too. Like how you see people pour in sand instead of the sand, they did the salt. So it was the currency. It was the food. It was the flavoring. It was the symbol. It was symbolic of covenants, of promises. And so, being that salt, I seek after where are your promises for me, and then how can I put other people in the promises that they've been. So, like for her promise is open up the Gospel Music Cafe in the middle of COVID, you know, and that's everybody staying at home. I'm gonna open up a cafe, you
Mm.
know. How is everybody gonna come, and it was a safe place for people to come, but God kept her. And so it's like before I even knew that, God was like, I need you to be here to serve. And so I'm always listening to see where is God speaking to me. And He's just expanded my knowledge, particularly in their warfare. It's like He talks to me from just about anything and everything. Movies, numbers, names, um, everything. And it's just sitting there understanding what is your season, what is your time, what is your hour for me. And then business. So it's like I've been writing business plans since I was 12, 13. And anybody I can help with a business or show them what to do, I would be there to serve. Particularly for our generation or the youth. Um, I would say let go of whatever you think you know. Every day I wake up and it's funny because the way God got me onto this was like He kept playing the song by T.I., You Don't Know Me, in my head. And it's like I grew up, and part of it, or the other thing was return as a child. It's like the only way you enter into the kingdom is as a child. So He started taking me back through my childhood, and I used to rewatch movies, re-listen to songs with the eyes and the ears that He's grown me to have now.
Mm,
to ask, what does this mean? What does this look like? So secular songs sound different, gospel songs sound different, cartoons look different, everything is just changed. It's like because I'm at a different perspective, I'm at a higher level uh and deeper in his heart. And so it's like nothing's in this world without his command. And when you understand that and place it there, everything gives him glory, no matter what. We just gotta seek out where is that glory. And that's more militant and more of a soldier filled with the fruits of the spirit, but also clothed in his armor to where no matter where you're at, whether you're in school, whether you're on the job, whether you know, in your crib with your family or in a foreign land, you know, on vacation, you're attentive to what can I do right now to have the most impact to advance the kingdom. And
mm,
when you self out and you think like that, everything is different. Life is a lot sweeter. You getting glory because the more glory you get to him, the more he gonna get back to you because he know you just gonna give it back to me. And so you just start elevating just in everything. It's just when I was in corporate America, that's what happened. When I was working you know, wherever I'm at, that's just what happens because I made that my lifestyle. So for us, our generation, that's something I would say look for that versus looking out for yourself or trying to get the bag, trying to do that. Because when you do that with God, it's gonna come. It's gonna be easy because the blessing of the Lord adds or riches and adds no sorrow to.
that's good stuff.
That was a great way to end it.